Welcome to another edition of Inside EKU Sports. We'll talk Good Samaritan projects and hoops on this week's show. We'll begin with women's basketball and Chrissy Roberts, 2 good wins at home, riding A. Queen Hayes, your junior, who had 2 great double-doubles and big wins over Tennessee Tech and Jacksonville State.
Definitely 2, Tech's playing better basketball, and Jacksonville State came in, I think, 5 or 6-1, and we always talking about taking care of home. Queen's tough, but Shea played well. But it was a good weekend for us.
Let's go back to the game on Thursday against Tennessee Tech. By the way, Hayes named co-OVC Player of the Week, and for the 5th time, Newcomer of the Week in the Ohio Valley Conference. They tie the ball game on a 3. You get the ball out in front of your bench at the hash mark. 2 seconds to go. Great play, and Hayes completes it. Talk to me about the game winner.
We talk about it all the time. A Queen is extremely athletic, and 2 seconds, you have enough time to catch and shoot it. I just told Shea to send it to the rim. Shea made a perfect pass, and we were able to connect.
Big win there, and then you come back against Jacksonville State, a grinded-out defensive first half, behind 16-13, and then all of a sudden the offense catches fire. Both Solomon and Hayes playing well. You go on a 15-5 run to start the half, and I just thought Hayes took over the game in that second half to get the home sweep.
She did. I mean, she's a competitor. But again, when you talk about taking over, it takes others to follow, to jump on board, and I thought we did that extremely well. But I tell you what I was pleased with the whole game is our defense. I mean, only giving up 44 points. Defensively, they made a commitment. They made a commitment to rebounding. They made a commitment to playing team ball, and so hopefully we can just keep moving in the right direction as a team.
You kind of gave a little bit of medicine back to Jacksonville State because they're known for their defense. To match them and checkmate them had to feel good.
They are known for their defense, and we knew the best defensive team, best rebounding team could have a shot at winning. I tell them all the time, at the end of the day, if the score is 20-21, as long as we have 21, it's a W. So, we were able to figure out a way to finish, and that was through our defense.
This is a crazy Ohio Valley Conference season. If you look at the standings, EKU 4-4 in the conference, in a tie, 4-way tie for 5th. There's one team a game behind you that you'll play. There's one team a game ahead of you in Morehead State. So right now it's basically 9 fighting for 8 spots to make the postseason tournament. And out on the road you go to 2 teams that are playing really well, Austin Peay on Thursday, Murray on Saturday.
You're exactly right. I mean, those 2 teams are tough at home. They've been tough away. 2 very aggressive teams. Not much size, but they're extremely athletic. Austin Peay, I think, is going to press and bring the heat for 40 minutes. Last time we were on the road, I hate to talk about it, but the last away game, we turned the ball over 35 times. We're going to have to take care of it and be able to finish shots. On the other end, they shoot the 3 extremely well. Austin Peay does, so we're going to have to defend beyond the arc. But I tell them all the time, we just need to compete as a team for 40 minutes.
Good luck in competing in Clarksville and Murray. The bus heads west. Let's hope we've got our game with us.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Chrissy Roberts. As the Colonels will take on Austin Peay on Thursday. Tip-off will be at 6:15 from the Dunn Center, and then the game on Saturday at Murray is at 6 o'clock. When we come back, we'll talk community service with Daniel McFarland of the EKU baseball team.
Every day is a concept that few people can commit to. Every day requires a level of dedication that forces you to test your limits.
Every day I'll give back to the community because I draw strength from their support. Every day the sounds of your cheers will echo through my mind. Knowing that you have my back means I can always look forward.
Every day I'll be too tired to sweat and my bones will ache. Every day will provide me with the slight edge that I need to succeed. Champions are built every day.
Hitting high and deep.
Back of the end zone. Brown got it.
Moore drives inside. Put it up.
See this one swung and missed it.
Now Smith again. Block. Point Tech.
Nice turnaround by Johnson. Near post. Kicked in.
Any place, anytime. Find it here. The OVC Digital Network.
Here on Inside EKU Sports, we like to highlight the fact that being a student athlete is about much more than just playing the game, the sport they're involved in. There's community service as well as the classroom, and EKU senior baseball player Daniel McFarland is a good example, along with your teammates, because on Martin Luther King Day, you had an in-service kind of project that was called Samaritan's Feet. Tell us about what you did and what it meant to you and to the kids involved, kindergarten through 5th grade.
Sure, yeah. We had kids within the community come up to EKU, and they'd come in, we'd go wash their feet, interact with them, provide them with a new pair of shoes, and then allowed them to play and interact with us baseball players.
What kind of games did you play with them?
We had a lot of games. We had foursquare, basketball, frisbee.
I've talked to a lot of people over the years about community service, and while you're giving a lot to those that are your target area, it's almost universal that the people involved giving get more back. Did you get that sense, and have your teammates gotten that sense over these 2 years?
Yeah, I think we have for sure. It's a humbling experience to see kids come in and give them a new pair of shoes, and their faces light up and with excitement.
Part of this Barefoot Coach fundraising effort, your head coach Edwin Thompson is going to coach a game barefoot. I noticed he didn't pick a game in February. He picked one in April. Smart guy there. Maybe it'll be a little warmer. So seeing the coach do that, that's going to have to be a fun day, but a meaningful day as well. Mm-hmm. Tell me about, did he do it last year? Do you remember?
He did do it last year, and I think he did choose a warmer day to do it.
Yes, that's a good idea. Speaking of cold weather, fingers crossed that when you begin this baseball season, February 16th, in an event where you'll play round robin down in Wilmington, North Carolina, you start with the host UNC Wilmington team. So we're like 3 weeks away from first pitch of the season.
It'll be here before I know it.
What's the key to this year's team? I know new pitchers on the staff. A lot of the hitters are back. Offense, you were part of the leaders as far as hitting. You hit .363 last year. So what do you need to improve upon as a team, and what do you expect from this year's team?
I'd say a mixture of all three aspects, the pitching, defense, and offense. If all those are working together, then we should be pretty good.
You hit pretty well last year. What was the key, and how can you keep that going? Because .363 is not an average to easily attainable on the college level.
Yeah, I think just hitting good pitches and waiting to get the right pitch and not chasing bad pitches.
Finally, a home game on February 28th, still early, against Bowling Green State University. You have the new Earl Combs Stadium at Turkey Hughes Field. Second year in that, and it's a nice home environment. Has it felt different last season and now going into this season to play in the new stadium?
It has, yeah. I feel like more fans have come out to see the field in the new stadium, so it's a great atmosphere.
What's being a Colonel meant to you? You're a senior here, will get your degree in business. You come from Louisville Male High School, so what's it meant to be a Colonel?
It does mean the world to me. It's a great community here, and it almost seems like a family, and I just love it. Yeah,
good luck this baseball season, and thanks for everything you and the baseball team and all student athletes at Eastern do for others in the community. I know it's rewarding.
It is.
All right, that's Daniel McFarland. He is one of the baseball players that will be on the Colonel's starting nine when they start out down at UNC Wilmington against the host team in that round robin down on the Atlantic coast. Still ahead, we're going to check in on the EKU men's basketball team with the head coach, Dan McHale. But first, see how students at EKU's Medical Laboratory Science get hands-on learning opportunities for health science careers.
At EKU, you'll learn to take a broader view of your world. But we also understand it's the details that shape the big picture. So go ahead, play with fire, think on your feet, or touch the sky. Here, you'll be a part of something new, something big, something beautiful. Be a Colonel. Your time is now.
If you like science, medicine, and technology, and you also like to solve problems and save patients' lives, this will be a good program for you.
Medical laboratory science is the part of healthcare that's not really seen a lot. It's behind the scenes. Nobody really knows who we are. Anything that comes out of your body or off of your body comes to the lab, and we look at it for disease or cancer just to kind of see what's going on and help the doctors make a diagnosis.
70% of the information a doctor needs to actually treat the patient comes from the lab, and medical lab scientists work in that lab, hospitals, clinics, state level.
We're learning how to look at your blood. So we'll draw your blood and put it on a glass slide so we can look at it and look at your different types of cells. We're also learning about how to test for strep throat and flu or different things like that, and also different kinds of bacteria.
Our program is very unique because it's the only one in the state of Kentucky that accepts the students twice a year, in the spring and in the fall.
Medical lab science is really an exciting field right now. It's growing like 14% more than any other of the healthcare fields. We're one of 3 schools that's accredited in the state, so our students are highly sought after.
EKU has a lot of connections with different facilities throughout the state. Hospitals where we do our clinical rotations, the Kentucky Blood Center. Those connections definitely help us students get jobs right after we graduate.
The big thing that I really like about this program is that the professors really try to take care of you. They want you to succeed, and so if you ever have any questions, their door is always open.
As a medical lab scientist in Kentucky, the average starting salary right out of school is around $50,000. Lab managers and supervisors make more, and even if you don't go in to medical lab science and stay there, it's actually a gateway for other medical professions.
I wanted to do something that threw me into the medical field right away. Here, my first semester, I'm learning about diseases, I'm learning about medical conditions. I just knew it was the best choice for me to really reinforce the fact that I wanted to go into the medical field, and that's what this program has done for me. And the knowledge that I'm learning here, I know I'm going to use in medical school.
Honestly, I think this program is a hidden gem. It gives you a taste of what it's like to work in the health field. And of course, if you want to make a difference in someone else's lives, you get the opportunity to do that. I mean, what more could you ask for out of a program?
It's really rewarding to see a patient's prognosis get better and know that you helped monitor that.
Not all heroes do wear capes. They do wear lab coats, and it's those unsung heroes that you don't see on a daily basis that kind of bring everything together, because without them, you don't get a proper diagnosis.
Behind science is curiosity. There's also a level of compassion involved, and this is where you can combine both of those aspects together.
We are more than just athletes. We inspire scholars. We inspire leaders. We inspire champions. We inspire family. This is the Ohio Valley Conference.
Time now on the show to talk EKU men's basketball, and Dan McHale joins us. Dan, a tough couple of losses at home, especially the Tech game, but there's a selling point to this team because there's 6 teams right now within 1 game of each other and basically fighting for 3 spots in the OVC tournament.
Absolutely. We came off the road after a great road trip, beating SEMO and UT Martin, having momentum into the Tennessee Tech game and felt like we had the game and just obviously let it slip away down the stretch. So that was tough. It was a tough way to end the game, but these guys are resilient and they came back and we fought against a good Jacksonville State team. So it's tough. It's tough to drop the 4 games we have at home the way we've dropped them, but we we just got to keep working every day and just keep battling.
I have said on the radio over and over that if there's a player that has improved more from his freshman to sophomore year than DeAndre Dishman, I want to see him. And Dishman right now has been in double figures, something like 10 of the last 11 games. But it's just not that he's out there scoring, but the way he scores and what he does for your team.
He's playing terrific. He really is. He's really focused right now. He's playing with a lot of confidence. He's really doing a good job complimenting Nick and scoring in a variety of ways. So hopefully teams loosen up their coverage on Nick and we can get Nick going a little bit more. But I'm proud of DeAndre. I'm proud of the way he's worked, and he's a major part of what we're doing.
He's so quick down in the post. Where has that major improvement been from where you remember him last year? And again, last year he had some injuries.
Yeah, that's the thing. He wasn't healthy. He was playing on a bad ankle, and then eventually his season was done after the surgery. So his footwork has improved a lot, and give credit to my staff. We've really worked with him in the low post, and we play to his strengths. I like to get him the ball in that left block because I know what he can snap back and score over guys. And then you get him some elbow touches where he's really, really quick getting to the lane and uses his body really well to finish.
Nick McHale, let me read these numbers. 13th now in scoring, 1,358 points all-time at Eastern. Over 500 rebounds, now 25th in that category. Third in block shots. He's only one of 8 players in EKU basketball history that has gone for more than 1,300 points, 500 rebounds, and we have a season and a half left for Nick.
Yeah, no, he doesn't even look at it. That's the thing. You try to talk to him about it, and he just dismisses it, and he says, Coach, we just got to win. I agree with you. But if you're really focusing on what he's accomplished, it's remarkable. It really is. And, I'm proud of him and everything he's done for this program, and still have a long way to go. We've got the rest of this year to keep fighting and keep going, and then next year, obviously, he has a chance to keep moving up in those records.
When you add up through 21 games, there have been 33 games missed by players for either illness or injury, mostly injury, and currently 2 players out. That really takes a toll on your team, and I know Jaquez Hobbs, hopefully, eventually to get him back at point guard.
It's difficult. It's difficult because, you're finally getting some on-the-court chemistry with guys, and Jackson Davis is playing the best basketball of his life. Jaquez playing really well, and they both go down. And to come back the way we did, it's difficult because you're putting guys in different situations and playing a lot more minutes. So we're hoping to get Jaquez back, hopefully this weekend, if not by next week. And unfortunately, it looks like Jackson's season will be over with the shoulder. So we got to keep battling. It's unfortunate. It's part of the game. We've had, like I say, more than our fair share of it, but we're not going to let it get us down. We're going to continue to work every day and keep these guys upbeat and positive.
And on the road, the Colonels at Austin Peay on Thursday, Murray State on Saturday. Both teams are 9-2 at home. Murray is 6-2 in the Valley. Austin Peay, with the first-year head coach, is 5-3. So 2 challenges in Clarksville and Murray.
Absolutely. Both teams are playing terrific. Austin Peay coming off 2 tough losses on the Nashville swing. We know we're going to get their best effort. They play tremendous defense. But we're going to take it one game at a time, one stop at a time, and we know we're right there. So I told our guys, I said, besides the first game of the year at Jacksonville State, we've been in or won every single game, and we just have to continue to believe in what we're doing and hopefully get some guys healthy and get some guys playing with some confidence. So we'll take it one at a time, 2 tough venues, but we're looking forward to it.
All right, thanks, Dan. Appreciate it very much. So here's the schedule. They are both women's, men's doubleheaders. On Thursday, the women's game starts at 6:15, the men at 8:30, and then on Saturday, 6 and 8, probably more like 8:15, truth be told. We'll have all the coverage. The men's games at 100.7 FM, the women's games at Y92.5 FM, 1340 AM as well. You can catch our calls as well off the internet at EKUsports.com. Good luck to the Colonels on the road this week. And the All-A Classic is returned to McBrayer Arena at Alumni Coliseum. You love basketball, it's nonstop from morning to late evening. 32 teams over 5 days for state championships on both the boys and girls side. You can find out all the schedule information at the allaclassic.org website. Get ticket information from the EKU ticket office as well at 859-622-2122. And that does it for another edition of Inside EKU Sports. You can keep up with Colonel Athletics wherever you are by following our channels on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll see you back here again next week.